Hello everyone, it's Gladius. This is the starting line for the Warcraft Rumble game. Looking to get into it, or you're just starting, these are some tips to get you started, some things to focus on early in your account progression, and what you should be taking a look at moving forward. Let's start with just a very basic overview of the combat system. The game is set up like a tower defense game. You have a base to protect, and so does your opponent. So the way to attack or defend is you're gonna have access to minis. These minis are placed at the bottom of your screen. You can drag them out onto the board to place them. Some of them are gonna require to be placed next to your base or a meeting stone. Others are gonna be able to be placed anywhere. Along the way, there's going to be things like meeting stones, treasure chests, enemy minions, and other obstacles that your characters will run into along the way. Now, the pacing of the game is determined by your gold income. This is going to be the control panel where you're actually able to drag out characters from your bar. If they're highlighted and in color, that means that you have enough gold to spend on them. You're going to see something that's kind of like a countdown or a cooldown timer showing that that's going to progress until it completely highlights the character. This is not a timer. This is a progress meter showing how much gold you have and how much you're gonna need to be able to use this character. Notice that the more expensive units have a longer progress timer indicating that. All that to say, if it's highlighted, you can use it, and all you need to do is drag it onto the field. At a basic level, you want to make sure you have something that can take the damage from the front line, damage dealers on the back line that are able to deal with the obstacles that come your way. Certain characters are going to perform really well against other characters, so we need to construct an army that has a robust strategy that can take on the mystical mayhem your opponent's throwing at you. Let's get into building an army. You can see our army preview here at the top. First of all, our character at the very top is going to be kind of the identity, the core identity of our army. I have Sneed. Sneed focuses on generating gold. Whenever a siege damage unit breaks tower, meeting stone, or opens a chest, you're going to get an extra amount of gold, which is great because that accelerates how fast you can put units on the board. We know which unit is a siege damage unit by going to the traits page. If it has siege damage in the traits, then we know it is a siege damage unit. So melee means that it can't attack sky units. So this would be Sneed is very vulnerable to sky units like the Griffin Riders. You need to have something in the backline that's going to clear out the Griffin Riders for Sneed, or Sneed's just going to take free damage. Tank means it has additional health. So let's look at this. So Sneed, for example, has 2,231 health. The Firehammer has 751. And if you're ever curious what a particular trait does, you can hit that eye icon at the top right-hand corner of the traits menu, and it'll give you a breakdown of what each one of the traits does. Now, this trait I actually added to him. Miner, that's like the kobolds. So when you put down a kobold, it's going to run to a gold patch, mine it for you, and give you gold, which accelerates how many units you can put out by earning gold more quickly. Any unit can have up to 3 talents, and the number is determined by the rarity of the mini. So for example, this one's uncommon, so it only has 1 trait. A rare one would have 2, and an epic one would have 3. Yeah, this minor trait got added because of a talent I have in this character. So again, this talent right here says he gains the minor trait. This turns him into basically a kobold, but he also attacks too. So he gains the minor trait and doesn't lose any of his other traits. So he still has all of his previous identity, just also another thing as well. And we can see we have up to 3 we can choose from. All minis are going to have 3 talents to choose from, and you get to start choosing them once you upgrade them to uncommon, rare, or epic. Starting off the bat though, all of your minis are going to be common, and you have to go through the upgrade system to be able to make them into their enhanced versions or upgraded rarity. And then once they are upgraded, at that point, you're going to start seeing their talents appear on the grid, and you can buy them on the grid to apply them to one of these slots. Keep in mind though, when you apply a passive or apply a talent, it is permanent until you get another upgrade slot. So all of them are going to have 3 talents at the end. So you'll have each one of them unlocked at the end, but their upgrade path, or which one you have upgraded first, or which talent you have first, will be determined on the order in which you purchase them from the grid. Okay, so be mindful on what you apply first, because that is going to be what you have until you unlock all 3. If we get 3 of characters, we can then go down here to upgrade it. That'll make it an uncommon version of it. We also need to spend some of this. Arc energy can be earned from dungeons, and we'll get more on that in a second. It's important when first starting out, don't invest in talents too early. While yes, these are going to enhance the power a lot to your unit, we want to be able to unlock more of these in the long run. And the way we can do that is if we focus on our collection bonus. Okay, so you can go to your profile and you can see your collection level. Collection level is going to determine how fast you're able to gain experience points. You can see the effects of how the experience points are being applied based on my collection level bonus. Again, leveling this up is going to help us level a lot faster and gain a lot more of account power. How do we get more units? So we want to go over to the store page. This is called the grid here. We're going to be earning gold from doing missions, dungeons, Arclight events, and a bunch of things. There's a bunch of ways to get gold. But on the grid, we want to focus on buying units. We'll be able to progress our account a lot quicker if we focus on just buying these units first, as opposed to buying stars or buying individual talents, which is like their store page where you can actually purchase the units. Whenever you buy just a troop, it's going to be 90 gold. The heroes are, I think, 120. Sometimes you're going to see some that pop up that are going to have a green border and then it's going to say uncommon. That means it has the 1 level upgrade of that token. So that being said, we want to make sure that we're buying all of the units we see on here. Okay, so in this board, once I have enough gold, I'm going to buy this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. Now here's another consideration. Whenever you buy something on the board, it's going to eliminate all of the creatures around it. It's going to eliminate all the minis around it. So say I bought the common pyromancer here. It would eliminate this guy here. It would just be gone and it would redraw. I would get a redraw on this one as well. And that's all, because there's nothing here and there's nothing here. If there's something you really want to save and there's also something you want to buy right next to it, you could do something called move. You can spend 5 gold to move a character. So for example, if I was solving this board and I wanted to make sure I wasn't going to lose out on being able to buy these champions or minis, I would move this guy. Okay, so now I can buy him and I'm not going to eliminate anything over here. Okay, so this is an empty spot. This is an empty spot. So again, back to what I was saying, I would buy all of these and I would not buy this one, even though the star bonus is nice. All right, we got the basics, we got a direction. Now we need to make sure we are building a powerful team. If you're looking to build a powerful team and wondering which minis might be worth your time, which ones you should be looking for on the grid, which heroes you should be taking a look at, take a look at my next video here. Are you planning on playing Warcraft Rumble? Mobile games normally aren't my thing. Really, the only mobile game that I've ever gotten into is Hearthstone. That's why I tried this one out. I was pleasantly surprised. There's a decent amount of strategy. There's a decent amount of difficulty that ramps up. Collecting the minis is a lot of fun. Monetization seems to be relatively tame for a mobile game, but it is a mobile game, so we can't escape that completely. I have a guide on how to make the most bang for your buck if you do decide to put some money into the game, and also a free-to-play guide coming as well. If the video did help you out today, please heroic strike that like button, and want to stay tuned for more in the future, please bash the subscribe. I appreciate your time today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.